Okay, at this time, we're going to open the floor up to public comment. And first on our sign-in roll tonight is Mr. Gary Ball.
Mayor, Alderman, I'm Gary Ball. I live at 10312 East 70th Terrace here in Raytown. I've lived in that neighborhood for 51 of my 60 years, and right on Willow, what this is about is the fact that Willow was changed to a one-way street headed north. I owned the first two houses on the northeast corner and lived there for 30 years. 7 years ago, I moved across the street and up one. It's just a great neighborhood. A lot of people been there for a long time. In the 37 years that I've lived right on that street, and my parents live on 71st Terrace, so of my 44 years of driving, I've been driving Willow all the time. There has never been an accident on that street of two cars running together. We've had cars in the snow get stuck in the ditch, and this is what I believe got this thing changed to make it a one-way street, but we've never had an accident on that street. Yet, now then, last week, went up to go and wanted to go to the Baptist church to go walking. Got up there, there's 3 cars lined up there, and my daughter and I, we sat there for about 4 minutes waiting to make a left turn onto Raytown Road. That last week, there was an accident at 74th and Raytown Road. Somebody pulled out and didn't yield to somebody. In the last year or so, there was one of the neighbors waiting to make a left turn to come onto 70th Terrace and got rear-ended there. Willow being a one-way the way it is, there's several people that has to go out to Raytown Road where you would go to the swimming pool at Southbrook, go to 72nd Street, go to the people and neighbors in Southbrook. It's cars from 68th Street, 4 or 5 blocks north, will come the back way to go to 72nd, 73rd, 75th, go up to Woodson to the park and stuff like this to avoid getting out on Raytown Road. We haven't had a problem. There's a law and ordinance on the books that if somebody drives in your yard and tears it up, and this happened while I own the houses there, the property, you get a license number. You can file a complaint. They talk to somebody. You know, we don't have a problem. You drive the street today, and I was up and down it 2 or 3 times today. There's not a place where somebody's, driving out in the yard. Occasionally this happens, but we have something to take care of it. If it has to be one way, if it has to be, it needs to be going south the other direction. You could go up 70th Terrace, 72nd, make a right turn, stay in the right-hand lane, and then come back down 70th Terrace. Where it is now, you've got to go up to Raytown Road, cross 3 lanes of traffic, go through the light, come back down 71st Terrace or 72nd Street to get to the pool or to Southbrook or anything else. When this was done early, we're finding out today that this started in February, March or something like that. And I talked to Andy Knoll a couple times at length about this, and even as late as yesterday when people called the Public Works Department, well, you're the first or second person that's called about this. Way more than the people sitting here right now has called and talked to Andy in the Public Works Department. And, there should have been a list. Okay, who's called? Why have they called? Now then we're getting stories, well, you're the first person, you're the second person that's called, and we can list you 20. It's not been handled as far as the only people that were surveyed and notified were the 9 driveways that actually empty onto Willow. Jason's going to get up here and talk about the fact his driveway, he has the half-acre corner lot on the northwest. His driveway is on 70th Terrace, and he did not even get interviewed about it. Of the 9, there's only, I believe, and I could be wrong by 1, only 4 owner-occupied houses. The rest are rentals. 2 of the houses on that street have been empty for 6 or 7 years. They've just been kind of abandoned. Somebody has recently purchased them and are bringing them back up for rental property. We would like to be able to talk to whoever, whatever, to find out what it's going to take to maybe change it back the way it was, or to turn it around and have it go the other direction. It's not just that the neighbors was notified on that street, but it involves 2 or 3 larger neighborhoods. That street, having lived there 30 years, gets more traffic than 71st Terrace and 70th Terrace between Willow and Raytown Road. The number of cars that use that little street, somebody throwed out a figure today, it could cost almost $100,000 to widen that one block street due to the amount of traffic that's on that street, that unless you're there and you see it, nobody did any kind of count survey or anything like this that we can find out. It was just Public Works Department, somebody complained to them, and it happened. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brawl. Next we got Pat Hickman, I believe it is. Greetings.
Greetings, Mayor and Councilman. My name is Patricia Hickman. I live at 7200 Hedges.
Pull that down. There you go.
Patricia Hickman. I live at 7200 Hedges. Been there going on 41 years. Been using Willow for 41 years. Have never seen an accident. But we use this street a lot because we don't want to go up on 72nd Street to Raytown Road. There's always a lot of accidents. There's a lot of traffic. It's just a mess getting out there. And this gives us an alternative route to go up to the little businesses in Raytown, the post office, the bread store, and that way. And we called, my husband and I both called about this when they were going to change it down here to Andy, and we're part of that team that did call, and I know there were a lot more that called complaining about it. And as far as running in people's yards, we live on the corner of 72nd and Hedges, and it's a wider street, but that happens all the time right there on that curve, so it's no more dangerous on Willow than any other street. And it would be my recommendation to open this back up because there's a lot of people in Southbrook that use this as an alternative route that takes traffic off of Raytown Road, which is already congested. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next is Jim Goodfellow, and then Rose Youngs is on deck.
Hello, thanks for hearing me today. A lot of what I'm going to say is going to be redundant at this point, but making Willow a one-way street negatively affects hundreds of commuters in Raytown, and certainly a lot more than what's here today. I'm just asking Raytown Public Works to realize the ongoing need really to widen Willow to adequately handle the flow of traffic that's generated. And the reason why that traffic's generated is that it is the only street that connects two neighborhoods, and it gives us a sense of community and provides us a safer, more economical, and less stressful way to